All right. All right, we're live now. Hey guys, we'll just wait for 5 minutes for all the people to tune in and then we'll probably get started. Hi, Nita. Hey, Prasad. Hi. All right. Uh, first of all, thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. We've had amazing feedback for the last session, and we are very excited to have a new guest today, Aditi Kakkar. I would love to give a proper introduction, but meanwhile, let me just send her a quick invite, and probably we can take it forward from there. Let's just wait for Aditi to join. But yeah, I'm super excited. Uh, all right. Hey, Aditi. Hi. How are you?
Hi, I'm good, good. How are
Hope
you?
you're doing. We just briefly spoke on the phone, and you mentioned that you have cold. So thank you so much for first of all for making it on the Instagram live. I
That's all
promise I'll
right.
make it extremely easy for you. Yeah,
Okay.
but uh, but but to be honest, I am super excited and nervous, in fact, uh, because so whenever I get an opportunity to speak to athletes like you, in a way, I get to know your personal journeys, and we try to pass on the same knowledge to all our viewers and our users, right?
Mm-hmm.
The format, the way we have structured this, Aditi, is before we move on to the format, just wanted to give you a little bit background story on who we are and what we are doing right now, and what do we intend to do from this live session, right?
Okay.
So, RookieTech, as you know, we are India's one-stop destination for sports and fitness.
Mm-hmm.
We started this business with an intent to educate our customers in terms of what to buy and where to buy it from, right? Uh,
Right.
while that intent is still there, and we have been in the business for the past 1 year, we strongly believe that our expert community, experts like you, play a very integral part, in building a community and growing it further, because it's you guys who have been there, done that, and when you essentially try to assist rookies, and that is what the platform stands for, right? We are a platform for beginners who need some sort of handholding and assistance. So when this expert community tries to handhold and help rookies like us, I think that's where we feel we can add value moving ahead. So
Mm-hmm.
that is what our journey has been. Uh, while we have been in this business, we are selling goods to all our users. One big thing, one big pain point, which we see for our users, and we are getting lots and lots of queries every single day, regarding what kind of sports gear should they use, and how to go about certain sports. So we just thought,
Mm-hmm.
let's take this opportunity to first introduce you to all our community, and b, why don't you only address all those queries which we're getting on a daily basis, right? So
Right.
without further ado, I don't want to hijack this conversation, because the last feedback we have got from our users were, the Rooked introduction was slightly boring. Let's just quickly now jump onto your personal story, Aditi. Why don't you
Okay.
talk to us more about your journey? What are you doing? What are you building over here? Yeah, over to you.
Well, I'm a CrossFitter. I'm a CrossFit athlete, and I started CrossFit when I was in Australia. I fell in love with CrossFit in Australia, and then I was there for my studies, and then I just came back, and I'm continuing that journey further. Um, Apart from that, like I don't know what to say.
No, you know what? Let me help you, because the reason why I was so nervous, because your bio says that you are the second and the third fittest women athlete in India. Talk to us a little bit more on that. And of course, your credentials on your certifications are there. I'm really excited to know that side of the story.
So, what second fittest in India and what third fittest in India means is that I ranked number two and ranked number three in 2019 and 2020 CrossFit Open. because I do CrossFit.
Wow.
So that's sort of my gauge of where I stand in the country. So yeah.
Wow. You know, it makes me so proud and super happy that, just having this conversation with you. Aditi, you mentioned, you fell in love with CrossFit, right from your early teenage or childhood, right?
Mhm.
Talk to us a little bit more on who inspired you to, pursue this as a career, who's sort of your role model, uh, yeah.
Well, I wouldn't say there was exactly a role model, but when I was an athlete growing up, I did 100 meters and I swam also. I was a weightlifter, gymnastics. I did a lot of different sports, but some of my main sports were martial arts and athletics.
Yeah.
So when I was moving from India to Australia, I was trying to like figure out which sport is best for me, what can I do in Australia? And then I stumbled across this gym and they did CrossFit and I had no idea what it was. And so sort of just learning CrossFit there, everybody was an inspiration to me because everybody was so strong and they were fit and they did everything that I loved. They did basically CrossFit is a culmination of all these different sports. So when I started doing CrossFit, it just made perfect sense. And seeing all these big athletes in my gym, I trained with some big CrossFit athletes, and they were sort of my inspiration when it came to CrossFit.
Right. And if I'm not wrong, it's a growing community, right? Like, even in India, I happen to know a lot of folks who have been, doing this form of fitness exercise. But just taking a step back over here, Aditi, for a layman or for a rookie like me,
Hmm.
who's slightly intrigued by this particular fitness form, right? What
Hmm.
exactly is CrossFit? How is it different from other traditional workout activities, and how can one start looking at uh, you know how can one start looking at training in that particular
Okay.
domain?
So CrossFit is, like I said, a culmination of different movements, different sports. So it's called constantly varied functional fitness. It's essentially functional fitness, but we have a set of rules, we have a set of movements that's followed in traditional CrossFit. And apart from that, it's a community, and there's lots of fun things that happen in the community, such as the CrossFit Open, the CrossFit Games. So it's sort of like for me, it's something that I can aspire to achieve in the future or for any person. So it's all about being a part of that community. So it's got gymnastics movements, it's got weightlifting movements, it's got athletics movements. If you look at CrossFit Games, then you've got swimming and you've got lots of different things. So it can be different. It is different every single day, rather. So that's what CrossFit is. And how is it different from other movements is if you go to, so I don't know about India, but I know in Australia there's this thing called F45. They've got functional fitness and they have a
Yeah.
set of movements similar to CrossFit, but it's different in the sense that we take it in a more sporting, sort of competitive aspect, whereas somebody who goes to F45 is more into, okay, I want to lose weight and I just want to be functional, I just want to be healthy, whereas you get that added benefit with CrossFit.
Right. And so F45, I think we do have franchises of F45 in India as well. And
Hmm.
again, it's like I said, it's a growing community. Like you
Yeah.
said, CrossFit. Just to summarize what you just said for all the viewers, who've tuned in, can I be very very blatant when I say that it's a form of a functional exercise,
Yeah.
which helps you lose, which helps you do all sort of achieve all sort of goals which a traditional workout usually does, right?
Yeah.
Am I correct to say that?
Yes, you are.
Yeah, yeah. All right, all right.
But the difference comes in when it's different every single day. Whereas you'll be doing the same movements when it comes to functional fitness. In CrossFit, you have different workouts, different movements every single day. So it's almost like a new challenge that you take on every single day. So no
Right,
workout feels the same. No two workouts feel the same.
right. Aditi, very interesting point you just mentioned. You mentioned that you have been an athlete pretty much all your life, right? You have played. I think your credential says that you are a certified karate coach as well. of course you were a swimmer. Uh,
Mhm.
why choose CrossFit as a career? Like, uh, why not pursue something else?
Um, well, um, I don't even know where to begin. I did a lot of different sports, like I said, and I think to me, when I stumbled across CrossFit, which was, just out of the blue, it made the perfect sense to me because it had everything that I loved. It had everything that I was good at already. So for me to excel in a sport that was a culmination of everything was pretty, I wouldn't say easy, but it was easier than um, me taking on a new sport altogether.
Yeah. Whenever I ask this question to, all our expert community, I sort of get a sense that, whatever they're doing, and of course you have been doing this from a long, long time. I see
Hmm.
that, there's a sense of happiness when they, whenever, I get that answer. I
Mm,
could see the same sense of, happiness, or some may call it as high, right?
yeah.
Is that what you is that what you seek for whenever you're pursuing any sort of career? Like today it might be CrossFit, or tomorrow something else.
Absolutely. Um, Quite funnily enough, I actually CrossFit is something that I do on the side, or if you want to call, I studied design.
Oh,
I studied design, so that is where what my career interest lies in right now. So I sort of like do both, which is quite weird, and most people don't believe that. So I've always been a multitasker. So, like it just it's just perfect. It's just perfect how I do CrossFit on one side and then I do design on the other, and it's just I've got both the things that I'm good at. So
wow, wow. Aditi, you also happen to be the co-creator and co-founder of this company. I think it's called Grip Culture. Talk to us a little bit more on that. Is it like a sort of a community which you're trying to build? What is the
um,
plan?
so grip culture basically started off with it's basically mine and one more person's, my boyfriend. So both of us are trying to create a community slash a brand that delivers high quality functional fitness equipment. And because we lack in good quality equipment, most of our equipment is made abroad, or even if it's made here, it's just it just doesn't meet the standards. So we wanted to create something that people can remember in the future and come back to and be like, okay, this is grip culture. I want something from this brand, and it matches abroad standards. So
Right, right.
that's what we're looking to create, and we're currently in the stage of product development. So hopefully we'll have a lot more coming in the future. Pretty excited for that.
You touched a very interesting point, and that is what essentially our ethos is, right? Like you
Mm,
mentioned, we could see there was a lack of, first of all, education in the market in terms of what products to buy, and of course, if this comes from someone like you, why do you think, Aditi, rookies like us or beginners like
mm.
us, why do you think equipment matters? Like, what should one probably look out for when they're probably buying a CrossFit equipment or any fitness equipment for that matter?
See, equipment, I would broadly categorize it as in two. So one is something that I would wear, and the other is something that I would use to work out, right? So when it comes to things that I wear, um, I've never been a fan of wearing a lot of equipment because I like to move free. I'm a believer of that. So if you see, you would never see me decked out in knee sleeves and lifters and socks, like high socks and knee sleeves. Then I've got belts, lots of different things. I can name so many different things. You'll never see me decked out in so many things, but over the years, I've realized that it's so important to have protective gear on your body so that you don't injure yourself, and so you can work out for long and you can, move better in the future. So grips, I find very essential. So then weightlifting belt, when it comes to heavier movements, it's so essential. So protective measures, and so that you can work out in the longer run, that's very essential. And when it comes to equipment that you're using to work out in, I think that's also very important, because you want good stuff. You don't want to be just, making do with whatever you have, because in the longer term, you don't want to be spending more on equipment that you'll have to keep buying constantly, things that might injure you in the future. Like one time I remember I was doing a box jump, and the box was kind of, how boxes are supposed to be sort of anti-slip so you don't slip on them. And I did a box jump on it completely fine, and then I tried to get off it, and I just my shoe was stuck to the box, and I fell face first,
Oh,
and I sustained a knee injury doing that. So, I find that people need to be more careful of their equipment. They need to be more worried about, taking care of it. They need to look after it well. They need to buy and invest in good things that'll be there with them in the longer run.
and I believe that is what you guys are, aiming to build, right? I think
Absolutely.
just good productive care for, this building community.
Absolutely.
Yeah, yeah. All right. It's very interesting, when you talked about grip culture. Uh, so this is, are you guys based out of India right now? Or are you in Australia?
Yeah,
What is the plan moving?
everything is made in India in my factory. My we
All
do
right.
sort of my design end of life. So we do office furniture. So we've used the same machinery, etc., to create good fireboxes, parallels, gymnastics rings. Again, we're in sampling phase, but we're working on creating high quality products that will last you in the longer run. And
Right.
again,
You know,
it's all made in India, and that's what we want to promote, because that's the next big thing. We want to be independent.
right. That's very noble. Again, I think just talking a little bit more on someone like us, probably because we have gotten a lot of questions from our users, who are basically trying to understand a little bit more about CrossFit. But by
Mhm.
the way, fun fact, Aditi, do you have any clue how many people are, trying to get into CrossFit or who are searching for CrossFit in India? In any random guess?
Not at all. I won't be able to guess that.
Yeah, because we are in this industry and we constantly monitor, how many people have are showing their interest. You'll be surprised that there are more than a lakh people, who are
Mm,
searching for CrossFit or CrossFit related equipment every single month. So I think,
wow.
I think you guys are definitely in the right direction. You are in the right business. Hopefully, we will be able, if we can add any value in the future, I think that'll be a big achievement for us. But
That's, yeah.
just reinstating the fact that there are and lots of people who want to try out new workout forms, and of course you see a lot of CrossFit boxes now being opened up in cities like Mumbai and Bangalore. So I think that's just
Mm,
a validation that people in India are more receptive towards new workout forms, and of course
yeah,
CrossFit being being a front runner in that particular list. So
absolutely.
just wanted to share that information
And
with you.
to add to that, grip culture is all about fitness and design. So it's good design, good quality products. And I guess that in the future, mixed with CrossFit and calisthenics, the two sports that we're aiming to, reach out to, I think that will be pretty big in the future.
Right, right. Aditi, when I was just going through your bio, obviously you were also a certified karate coach, and you teach small children, right?
Yeah.
Is that like a part-time gig or something which you do just purely so something you want to give back to the society? What is it all about?
Um, so growing up, when I was 4 years old, my mom put me into a karate. So I did karate classes up until I was, I think, 19. So from 4 years of age till 19 years of age, I was just doing karate and judo, and I also did Brazilian jiu-jitsu. My sensei, he's from Ladakh, and so I learned everything from him, and I got certified from his school, and so I did that up until the point that I could, teaching children as well. So I used to take classes as well. I think I did that for a few years. I can't remember now, but it feels like it's so long ago. It's been so long. But I did that because I loved teaching children, and I just loved karate, and I just loved being in that space. And it was after school, I used to go for class, and then it's like you said earlier, it used to be my happy place. So again, it was a form of giving back, and I am considering it again once my schedule frees up a little bit, and a lot of not children, then parents have approached me and asked me if I could take their classes, and I'm actually like in the process of starting that again.
So, right. Yeah, Aditi, it makes me so happy, when I speak to professionals, who have the reason, I'm basically so excited, and first of all so happy talking to people like you. First, I think you guys have chosen a very unconventional path, right? I'm sure you must be having friends, who basically stuck to a regular education, and then they're doing like a mundane
Mm,
job. Uh, it is
mm,
so it is basically so empowering, just to see someone, who's basically uh, who's chosen their career in the way they want to build, they want to give back to the society. And I think what you are doing for the little kids, right? I think it's quite overwhelming. So thank you so much for that. Thank you so much for
thank you.
sharing your
Thank
personal
you.
journey. I think sticking to the format, Aditi, the way we want to structure this henceforth is, we have some couple of questions from our users, who've reached out to us, who've mailed us
Mm,
and messages. Uh, we would really
mm,
appreciate if you can just address their queries in a very quick, short manner. Uh, so, if I may,
okay.
I have a couple of questions. Few people have mentioned and asked the importance of nutrition in sport, and especially in CrossFit. Aditi, talk to us a little bit about how important is nutrition, especially for a women athlete. Because I think there are certain misconceptions when it comes to protein supplements and whatever the products which are available in the market.
Mm.
If you can just shed more light on that, that'll be great.
So I want to begin this by saying that nutrition is the most important thing when it comes to your sporting career, or just any physical act, most important thing. I say that because no matter how much you train, you need to refuel your body. And that fuel only comes through food. So whatever you put in your body, you will be sort of a representation of that. The amount of carbs you put into your body, the amount of protein put into your body's going to rebuild itself according to that. So, when it comes to protein supplements are essentially, I think, the most important, because in an traditional Indian diet, we lack protein.
Yeah.
And our food is mainly vegetarian, and it's high in carbs. So we've got dal, we've got chawal, and we've got sabzi. These are all, I mean, not the sabzi, but the other two, they're very high in carbs. So people consider dal to be protein. They are, no doubt about that, but it's also, you have to look at
But
the
then
carbs to
also,
protein ratio into it. And so we end up
right.
consuming more carbs. That's why we have a lot of energy, no doubt, but we're unable to give protein to that muscle, which it needs to rebuild itself. So every time you go to the gym, you come back and you feel soreness in your muscle. That is when your muscle is tearing and it's trying to rebuild. It's basically asking you for food, it's asking you for protein. The nutrition is very important. Um, and apart from that, there are a whole bunch of supplements that you can take. But again, it's all about listening to your body. And it's very important to take supplements because a lot of times we do all the nutrients that we require, such as B12. B12 is something that is found was found in soil, so things like mushrooms and all. But since most of our food is now GMO, it's lacking in our diet. So B12 is very important. For women, I think calcium is super, super important because your
Yeah.
joints start, giving away after a certain point. Then, apart from that, I believe I take collagen, so I think that's very important as well for any bone injuries. And also because I was vegan for quite some time. So I realized that I was lacking in collagen. So collagen for all you guys who are vegan out there, that's also super important.
Right. I could see that, you have been endorsing, vegan food and veganism from a couple of your Instagram posts.
Mhm.
Uh, talk to us a little bit more on that. Is it like, what exactly is, plant-based food? How does it elevate your performance? Why should someone prefer, or probably switch from, from being, from consuming dairy to vegan? What does it
Mhm.
do to your body?
So, dairy is known for causing a lot of inflammation in the body. It's got a lot of proteins and fats for sure, but it does result in inflammation in the body, which is not good when you're trying to recover. So, recovery is all about reducing inflammation as much as possible. So, I switched because I was trying to figure out, my diet and what would be best for my training. When I switched, and I initially saw like a burst of energy. The first 3 months I saw a burst of energy, and I felt lighter in my movements. So anything related to gymnastics, I was super light, and I was quick and energetic. But after 3 months, I saw a decline in that because I realized I was consuming more carbs than I was consuming protein. So my carb intake was a lot more, and I had the energy to fuel my body, but my muscles were asking for more protein to build itself. Um, so I was doing this for a year and a half, and now I've switched back because I'm back in India, and I don't want to bother my mom or anybody who's cooking. So I make my own protein on the side, but I've switched back to my traditional non-vegetarian diet because I had a bone injury which was not healing for a year and a half. I'm not trying to say that veganism is bad at all. It's great. It's good for the animals, and it's good for it's good for your body as well. But I think there's a certain amount of balance that everybody needs to create in their life. So when you're having your meal, I think going to any extreme, going to the vegan extreme or going to the absolute, like, just having a meat diet, which one of my friends actually did. We both did it at the same time, actually. And we both sort of ended up realizing that balance is so important because I was struggling with a bone injury, and he was struggling with, I think what he said was that he could not perform after a certain period, which was, I think, another month or 3 months. I don't remember exactly. So creating that balance is super important. And if somebody wants to switch from vegetarianism or non-vegetarianism to veganism, I completely support that. But just be, um, mindful of the fact that your body does require some nutrients because you've been giving it those for the last, I don't know, however many years you've lived. So you the supplements that you're missing out on.
Yeah. So just to summarize, to all the viewers who are watching, I think, one may choose to, to become a vegan as long as we all are aware that what kind of food we are feeding in and whatever deficiencies,
Hmm.
we are not able to take through the vegan diet. I think that we can potentially complement it through, through plant-based supplements which are readily out there. Is that correct?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. All right. I think we have a couple of more questions related to injuries, but I think before touching the injury topic, Aditi, for like someone like me, who have been in the fitness, so I do regularly work out. Uh,
Hmm.
people like me sometimes tend to ignore the importance of warm up, and I'm
Hmm.
assuming that is something which leads to injury.
Mm-hmm.
Aditi, how important is warm up? Whether you are a traditional workout form or a CrossFit, and what does it by not doing it, what does it lead to?
Okay, so warming up is essentially gradually raising um, your cardiovascular levels up to the point that you want, right? So say I'm at zero and I go from 0 to 100 in, let's say, 5 minutes. That's not going to do you any good because what you're telling your body is to go into a full-on explosive mode as quickly as it can. But when you give it time gradually and you sort of just imagine your body to be a car. You can't be rough with it, right? You gotta be, if you want to get that mileage, you gotta be slow and steady with it. So if you're not warming
Yeah,
up
you have to warm
right,
it up.
yeah, you can't, you have to be mobile and you have to tell your body, okay, now I'm getting into the movement. This is how I'm going to perform it. My thigh is feeling tight. I'm going to just, foam roll it. I'm going to release it. I'm going to warm up properly and I'm going to do it the right way so that I can, perform the best that I can when I'm working out. So I think warm up is also very important, but I think that falls third in line of priority when it comes to your nutrition, then is your sleep. If you're not sleeping well,
Yeah,
your warm up's going to be a waste. You need to be well rested. You need to be well rested to do anything. So then, if you're well rested and you go into the gym, then you can be like, okay, I'm going to warm up. I'm going to do it right. I'm going to get a great session out of today.
right. You touched a very interesting topic, which is sleep, right? And
Mm-hmm.
not a lot of people know this, that you need enough sleep, in order to build muscle and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, what role does sleep play, even when you're not working out, like because and I think you would be the right person to answer this. What does sleep deprivation cause to a regular human being, even when they're not working out?
Well, I don't think I'm the right person to ask this because I know so many more knowledgeable people about this topic. But from what little I know, is that when you're not sleeping enough, you're not giving your body enough rest, enough recovery to perform daily tasks. You end up not recovering, you end up, dehydrated, your body doesn't digest your food properly. There's a lot of different things that go into this. So I think sleep, I take about 9 hours of sleep, and that too very difficult. It's very difficult for me to do that because my mind is always active. I need to prepare myself when it comes to going to bed. So I know a lot of people struggle with sleeping. It's not easy. You think, okay, I can just be on Instagram for another 30 minutes and that's not going to do me any harm, but it's actually doing you a lot of harm. Your body has a cycle that you need to abide to on a daily basis. Otherwise, you're not gonna, I mean, you have to listen to it to some extent. You can't be strict on your body every single day for sure. Not saying that you should, because then, what's the point of life? Because you should have fun as well. But to get the most out of it, I think you should respect your body a little bit. And I think a big role in that, I think sleep plays a big role in that.
Yeah, yeah. I think we have pretty much covered, all the questions which our users have asked. But again, if the time permits, and I think we're just about towards the end of our session.
Mm,
Aditi, I want to double down on this one particular point, which this is sort of coming from a personal standpoint, right? A
mm,
lot of people and a lot of my friends who are just on the fence of working out, right? They try
mm-hmm,
to associate fitness to aesthetics. Let me give you an example. That if you are fit, you need to look in a certain way, right? You need to have those six pack abs and stuff like that. Uh, Again, because I am not there yet, it does not make, uh, we need the world of someone like who have been training from a lot of time. What is this notion about, being fit is equal to looking aesthetically good? because we need to challenge this particular mindset, right? Because a lot of people are falling for that.
Absolutely. Excuse my language when I say this, but I think that's absolute bullshit. Aesthetics and fitness do
Yeah,
not go hand in hand. They do not go hand in hand. Yes, some of it might, flow into the other, but I think, when you're training, you have a particular goal in mind and you fuel your body according to that, right? So at the end of the day, aesthetics is all about how much and what I put inside my body. I will get a six pack ab if I am in a calorific deficit. Sorry, my throat is
yeah,
catching up a little bit. If I consume less calories than I burn, I'm gonna get a six pack ab. And if
yeah.
I
And
don't,
let's not forget the role of hormones, right? Especially for women, right?
yeah,
Being physically fit does not necessarily translate to being, being very aesthetically, you have a body shape in a certain way, right? So
hmm,
I'm sure even hormones and your heredity plays a very important role.
big
Please correct
time.
me if I'm, yeah,
No, big time. I had PCOD. I mean, I have PCOD, and just that is a big challenge as well to a lot of women, I've noticed. And again, what you consume, you become that. You have to understand that aesthetics and fitness, somebody might be fit, they might not be aesthetically, what you assume aesthetic is. And somebody who's aesthetic looking in from a bodybuilding perspective, they might not be the fittest person.
yeah,
So
yeah,
just by relating six pack abs to fitness, that is absolute bullshit.
bullshit. Yeah.
So yeah, it's again about calories. It's about what you consume.
Aditi, thank you so much because I think the world needs to hear this more often. I have seen a lot of my friends, just giving up just because, they couldn't see any progress in the mirror. And that's what I keep on telling them. It is not just about the way you look or the inches on your waist, right? It is about how
Hmm.
fit you are mentally or how fit you feel physically, right?
Yeah,
This needs to be endorsed and promoted more often by people like you, and hopefully we get this opportunity to do that on a public forum. Thank you so much, Aditi.
absolutely.
This has been a pleasure. We wish we could have more time, but again, I think the way we want to do this in the future, we would love to catch up with you again
Hmm.
with more set of
Absolutely.
questions. Probably
Hmm.
probably we would want to double down more on the nuances of CrossFit. How does one, if someone wants to pursue that as a full-time career,
Hmm.
how should they go about it? But I think we have some couple of questions. I think we have one from do we have time, Aditi?
Yeah, yeah, that's absolutely
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah, so I think we'll just take one or two questions from the audience. I think one gentleman has asked, how much sugar can I have in my diet? Nuggets healthy. If you can just quickly squeeze in your answer.
That's Shantanu. Hi, Shantanu. Um, how much sugar can you have in your diet? I would say do not have any sugar in your diet because it's not gonna do you any good. Try to look for more for better options such as stevia. It gives you the same effect, but it doesn't increase your insulin levels. And as for nuggets, they're absolutely terrible. If you still want to have them, please chuck them in the air fryer and not in a deep frying pan or whatever it's called. Yes.
All right. All right. I think we're pretty much sorted. Again, thank you so much, Aditi. It's been a pleasure. I hope to catch up,
Hmm.
real quick. And of course, if,
Hmm.
if if at all we can add any sort of value to your business, to grip culture, we would love to do that.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, all the best for your future, and we hope to catch up with you real soon, either on Instagram or offline, right? But thank you so
Thank you
much.
so much for
And
having
any
me. This
last
was,
thoughts from you, your end? Yeah,
any last thoughts on?
from your end, any feedback or anything in particular you want us to address.
Uh, Anything in particular that I want to address? I would just say, people, don't be afraid of trying CrossFit. You're not gonna hurt yourselves. Find a sensible coach and just, you know, do it, because life is too short to just keep thinking and contemplating. So just do it. Yeah.
All right. Life is too short to to contemplate. I think that's a nice piece to end with. But thank you so much, Aditi. For all the viewers, who have tuned in and who've patiently listened to this. We will be linking all the Aditi's handle. I think this will go on Facebook and YouTube as well. And to all our future users will be watching
Mhm.
this. I'm sure it will add a lot of value in terms of taking the right decisions in terms of nutrition or whether it's
Mhm.
CrossFit or not. Yeah. All right.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye bye.